Hi everyone and welcome to Fresh from My Garden. We are spending the week with my parents in our hometown, and this is a view of our parents' front garden and few of the flowers in bloom. They have a lot of amaryllis lily in containers, and a lot of them are currently in bloom. So these are the amaryllis lilies that are in bloom, and from here I had taken a couple of bulbs that have bloomed really well in my garden too. But today's video is about the introduction of another plant that is in bloom in their garden, and that is the Mexican shrimp plant. This is a beautiful plant known as the Mexican shrimp plant, which is native to Mexico and also known commonly as the lollipop plant. So you can see these beautiful flowers are in bloom, and once they bloom out completely, they form the shape of prawns or shrimp. So, which is why it is known as the shrimp plant. And they also come in a couple of different colors. So we have the pink ones, and I've also seen yellow several times in the nursery. These plants do really well in the garden and they bloom for almost 8 to 10 months in a year, and they can grow really well in spots with full sun or even partial shade, but they need to be protected from the harsh afternoon sun because these leaves are very delicate and they can get burnt during the afternoon sun. So, whenever we see any kind of brown tips or yellowing tips, that is due to the excess harsh sunlight that this plant is getting. They are so easy to grow and they look so nice with its unique shape and beautiful color, and they can easily be grown in containers. So, in my parents' garden, they have these plants in really small containers, as in 6 to 8-inch containers, and they are doing really well in these small pots and growing beautifully. So here you can see the entire plant has started to bloom, and we have provided a small stick as a support system because as these plants grow bigger they can tend to fall over and break. So they are in a small tiny pot as you can see here, and it's no bigger than 8 inches, and they still continue to do well, and the plant grows really well and produces a lot of flowers in the garden. In addition to protecting them from the harsh afternoon sun, these plants love humidity and they grow well in spots that have a more humid atmosphere, and they like slightly moist soil instead of the soil drying out completely between waterings. So make sure to keep the soil slightly moist but not completely wet, and so that it doesn't form any kind of fungal problems. These plants produce seeds at the end of the blooming season, and they can also be propagated from cuttings. So, here I'm sharing another shrimp plant that we have in another side of our front garden, and this plant is also in bloom and it is producing a lot of these pink flowers. This plant is more leggy and less bushier than the other plant that I had shared previously, and this is because of lack of pruning. So once these plants go to seed, these need to be pruned back so that they can grow back bushier in the next season and grow a lot more flowers. They don't need any heavy fertilizing, and simple fertilizers such as compost or bone meal occasionally will help these plants bloom well and look really beautiful. So, this is a really beautiful, easy to grow plant with really unique looking blooms, and they can be easily grown in small containers. So, I hope you enjoyed a view of these beautiful flowers from my parents' garden. And please keep watching our channel for more gardening related videos. And don't forget to support us by subscribing and sharing your views in the comment section below. Thanks for watching Fresh from My Garden.